Damn, man. This guy sucks. This kicker blows. I'm in a real tight spot right now. I got Northern Illinois parlayed with the Ravens for $2,000. Eastern Michigan just got a lucky pass interference. Fuck. I got Northern Illinois on the money line parlay with the Ravens for $2,000. I'm stressing. This dude sucks. But it's so close. It's like 40 yards. This is not good. Fuck, I can make 40 yards with my left leg. I don't even kick field goals. Fuck, this guy sucks. He made it? Nope. Yeah, dude. That's like a 20-yard field goal he missed. You ain't making shit! Missed it, you pussy. People texting me like, yeah, I know, dude. I know. People fucking hitting me up right now. Wide left, they said. Right, wide right. He doesn't have the leg to make 40 yards. All right, it's 42-yard attempt. I could make this. He ain't making that. Straight on? Come on. Oh, shit. There's a flag. Oh, no. What's the flag?
Oh, my goodness. It's on them. It's on Northern. They're all pointing the other way.
Ah, shit.
Wow. I think they hit him. So he missed it.
Come on. No fucking flag.
This may not
call it off.
Count it all. Here's Sujak. There's no foul on the play.
Oh, shit. Thank you. This is literally, I got $5,000 on the Ravens. I got a $2,000 parlay on Ravens money line with Northern Illinois money line. This is over $10,000. Let's get this fucking money. Win it in overtime. Yeah, you suck, man. Sorry about that. You might want to go do something else. That's what he's telling me. He's like, hey, you're not the kicker on this team no more. Sorry about that. You suck. You know, just sit there. You suck. I could do this. I'm going to make the next one. Even though I've missed the last 5. Send him out. We ain't fucking worried about it. Send that pussy out. He ain't making shit. He sucks. Hit the weight room. You suck. I can make this fucking field goal. Goat will make that shit. He ain't making it. He sucks. He's terrible. He ain't making that. I could make it, but he's not. Oh, shit. Ah, 2nd and 6. Come on. Let's end this game. Get in there. Yeah. Fuck yeah. They would contribute. If your handicapper gave you the Dolphins tonight, tell him that he's fired and he sucks. Ravens is going to be the easiest $5,000 bet I've ever won in my life. I have not sweated 1 second in this game. 26-0. Easiest money I ever made. Nobody fucking wins more games than the GOAT. Hey, you know what? Now that I have my opportunity to say something about this guy right here, suck a cock, loser.
Network. My name is Kendra Barr, and I will be editing and publishing all content for this podcast. Here is my husband, and one of the best handicappers in the business, Chris Barr.
What's going on? This is the Weekend Podcast, the Odds Report. It is October 27, 2017. It's Friday night. I'm just coming off of a few NBA winners tonight. Cashed in with the Raptors, cashed in with the Warriors, cashed in tonight in NHL, cashed in with the Stars plus 130 on the road against the Calgary Flames. I'm telling you right now, the Stars and the Capitals are going to meet in the Stanley Cup. Remember, I said that the Stars right now are 18-1, and the Capitals are 18-1. I believe those two teams are going to meet in the Stanley Cup. As you guys know, I win more future bets than anybody in the world. So there's my hockey. My current hockey record, 26-9, coming off of a win tonight. I already added that I was 25-9. I'm 26-9. That was a plus money winner tonight with the Stars on the road. They get the job done 2-1. We're going to go over some quick scores in the NHL from earlier, and then I'm going to go over the card tomorrow for Saturday, and we're going to talk some college football, some NFL, some NBA. Just got to go over this real quick. I want to make this a very, very fast podcast. I really don't have time to do podcasts every day. Wasn't able to do one yesterday. Been traveling here in Vegas. Got a big meeting tomorrow. I just don't have time for a lot of things. All right, so Vegas gets the job done against the Avalanche 7-0. Vegas is for real. They're 8-1 this year. Good for them. I didn't have a play on that game. Senators go down against the New Jersey Devils 5-4 in a shootout. The Blues on the road beat the Hurricanes 2-1. Columbus Blue Jackets minus 200 favorites get the job done 2-1. Nashville Predators beat the Blackhawks on the road 2-1. And then the game that I had, Calgary was minus 140 in this one. I got Dallas at plus 125, plus 130, whatever I got it at. 2-1 Dallas Stars get the job done. Whatever you got it at. I got it at plus 130. So we get the job done tonight, and now we got to move on to NHL for Saturday. Am I going to have anything for Saturday? That's the question. We're going to go over the games right now. The Sharks at the Sabres. It seems like the Sabres play every single day, doesn't it? Especially at home. They're 1-2 at home. The Sharks are on the road, 4-5 on the season, 2-2 on the road. I would recommend staying away from this one. LA Kings at Boston. But the Bruins minus 115 at home, over under 5.5. That's a good game. The Kings play pretty good on the road. They're 4-1 this year. They're 8-1 overall. I think this is their best start in franchise history. They're going into Boston. It's not an early game. It's a night game out there in Boston. Bruins 3-1 at home. I expect Boston to get the job done in this game. I know they're only minus 115 in this one, but they should get the job done. Am I going to play it? No, I'm not. College football on Saturday. Philadelphia Flyers at Toronto Maple Leafs. I love betting the Maple Leafs, and the Leafs games seem to go flying over every single game. The over in this one's 6.5. Flyers been coming in playing decent. Lately they haven't been. They started off hot. Now they're kind of slowing down a little bit. The Leafs are still playing good. I like betting the Leafs. I bet them last time. Actually, they didn't come through for me the other night. They lost 6-3. They're back home again, minus 160 in this one. 4-2 at home, 7-3 on the season. I like this team. I like the Leafs. I'm going to give this one out. Podcast free play, the Leafs. And I like the over 6.5 too. But we're going to go with just the Leafs in this one, minus the 160. Podcast free play. Rangers at Montreal Canadiens. As you guys know, I like taking the Montreal Canadiens this year. I've taken them a couple times, and I've won. And they've only won 2 games this year. They're 2-7. So the 2 times I have taken them, they have won. Rangers, on the other hand, 3-6. 0-2 on the road. Rangers are not a good team. They just beat up on the Coyotes, the winless Coyotes. I would recommend the Montreal Canadiens in this one, minus 140, but I'm not going to touch it, and I recommend you don't either. Anaheim Ducks at Tampa Bay Lightning. Tampa Bay on the road, Anaheim on the road has not always been a good bet. The Lightning, outstanding team, 9-1 this year, 6-0 at home. Are they going to continue to just roll teams? They're minus 170 in this one. I mean, you can stay on that train and continue to bet the Lightning. They're minus 170 in this one for good reason. The Ducks suck on the road. Lightning should get the job done. Maybe minus 1.5 puck line on that one. Good luck if you touch that one. I'm not touching it. Detroit at Florida. Florida minus 155, over under 5.5. Detroit, not a good team on the road. They're 4-6 this year, 3-4 on the road. Seems like they play on the road every game, and they're not that good. Florida coming off a big win, 8-3 over somebody the other night. I remember they beat the shit out of somebody. Minus 155 at home. I'd recommend Florida in that one. The Coyotes at the Devils. Are the Coyotes going to get their first win? 0-9 on the season. At the Devils. Devils 7-2 on the season. Now here's a line that's a little bit fucking weird. Devils opened up minus 145. Now the Devils are plus 105. The money is coming in on the Arizona Coyotes. Who knows if they're going to win this game? But people are thinking that they're due to win a game. They're 0-9. I'm not touching it. I'd take the Devils. Coyotes fucking suck. Columbus at St. Louis Blues. We'll skip that one. No line currently. Islanders at Nashville Predators. Islanders are a good team. I would watch out for the Islanders. Nashville, I like taking Nashville at home. They're 3-0. They're 5-3 overall. I just don't trust them in this game. I think the Islanders plus 120 in this game is probably the play. On to the next one. Pittsburgh Penguins at Minnesota Wild. Now, this is a good game. This is an even game, minus 110 both ways. Pittsburgh's a good team on the road. They've always been a good team on the road. And then you got the Wild coming off of a home loss. They're coming back. They're playing a good team. They're playing the Pittsburgh Penguins, and they're going to be ready to play in this game. I take the Wild minus the 110 in this one. God, how many hockey games are on Saturday? I guess every team. The Blackhawks at the Avalanche. I would say I recommend real quick Blackhawks minus 127 on the road. They're coming off of a loss against Vegas, I do believe. And then you got the last game of the night. The team that I have going very far in the playoffs, especially. Actually, I have them going all the way. The Capitals at the Oilers. I don't trust this Capitals team right now. They're not playing good. They're on the road trip, and they're plus 105. And the Oilers play decent at home. I know they're 2-3 on the season, but over the years, the Oilers are a good home team. So what's my best play in hockey on Saturday? Would probably have to be the Leafs money line or even the Bruins money line. But that's it for hockey. Let's move on. NBA. Rockets beat Charlotte Hornets. Rockets 109-93. That was actually pretty much easy money. I knew the Rockets were going to get the job done. Didn't give them out. That's all right. My record in NBA, it's written down, 18-10. Got to add one more, so it's 19-10 as I won tonight. But yeah, 18-10 on the season. I would have had the Rockets money line in that game. I didn't touch it. San Antonio at Orlando Magic. Magic were plus 6 in this game, and they win by like 30. 114-87. I'm not even gonna. I didn't even fuck with that game. I didn't even know that even happened. Good for them. Didn't even touch it. I don't fuck with the Spurs. Fuck that team. Denver at Atlanta Hawks. We all know the Hawks blow. Hawks are plus 8 at home. They lose 105-100. Denver would have been a good money line parlay in that one. Brooklyn at New York. The Knicks get a big win, 107-86 over the Nets. They're minus 2 in that one. They cover easily. And then the late games. Oklahoma City at Minnesota. OKC goes down 119-116. That was a very competitive game. I didn't touch it. Minnesota plus 2 at home gets the job done. And what I gave out to the clients tonight, Warriors money line with the Raptors money line. And it was pretty much easy money. I was just going to give out the Raptors money line. I decided to throw Warriors on there. It is what it is. 2-team parlay. Raptors get the job done 101-92 against the Lakers. And Golden State gets the job done 120-117. They were down by like 20. Did a bunch of live betting. Toronto was down by like 15 at one point. Did a bunch of live betting, cashed out. Fucking great night in the NBA, I'll tell you that right now. And my NBA has been pretty good. My NHL has been pretty good. Moving on to Saturday in the NBA, let's check it out real quick. The Cavaliers at the New Orleans Pelicans. I'm just going to tell you right now. Let's skip that one. I have nothing really to say about it. I don't trust Cleveland on the road, and the Pelicans have been playing pretty good. Boston Celtics at Miami Heat. Heat plus 1.5 at home, over under 206.5. Boston, I believe, won 3 in a row, and they've been playing good basketball. I'd take Boston in that one on the money line if I was going to bet it. I'm not going to touch it. OKC at Chicago. Chicago's a fucking terrible team. Over under 204.5. OKC should smash the Bulls. They should whoop the fuck out of them. Maybe take OKC on a money line parlay with somebody else. Let's keep going here. Houston at Memphis. Memphis is beating everybody. And Houston's coming off of a win on the road. And Memphis has a day off. They're 3-0 at home, 4-1. They're beating everybody. They're minus 1 in this game against Houston. I wouldn't trust it. I think Houston's a better team. But like I said, Memphis is beating everybody. I'm staying away. Philadelphia 76ers at Dallas Mavericks. The Dallas Mavericks start off the season 1-5, 1-3 at home. Philadelphia is terrible, and they're minus 1 on the road here. I just don't understand it. The Celtics were minus 1 or plus 1 at 76ers last week, and I said, how the fuck are the 76ers a favorite? 76ers covered their last game plus 4 at home. They lost on a buzzer beater. I had the Rockets. And I'm just going to tell you right now, Dallas Mavericks +1. I think that's a live dog right there. I think Dallas Mavericks win the game. I don't think so. I think it's going to be a double-digit win by the Mavericks. We're going to go podcast free play, Dallas Mavericks +1. Maybe put them on a teaser with somebody else. We'll see. The Lakers at Utah. This is a bad spot for the Lakers, coming off of a loss against the Raptors, and now they're going into Utah. Utah -9.5. Utah should destroy this fucking team. All right, so there's a 2-team parlay for you right now. Oklahoma City money line with the Jazz money line. Let's keep going here. Phoenix at Portland. Oh, God, Phoenix. I actually bet Phoenix the last couple of times, and they cover for me. I bet them on a teaser. Just like the Mavericks, they cover. You know, they're a covering team. Right here, though, Portland -10.5, over under 217.5. Not showing any love for Phoenix, but last time Phoenix went on the road, I believe they lost by like 40 to the Clippers. We all know what's going to happen in this game. Portland's going to get the W. Suns are fucking lost right now. So I'd put Portland on that money line parlay. So I get Portland money line, Jazz money line, Oklahoma City money line, and then you got the Pistons at the Clippers. Clippers starting off the season when they had a buzzer beater. Griffin. Clutch as a motherfucker, hits a 3. They're -7 in this one. They're at home. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. Over under 208, by the way. I'm going to do this. So you do that 3-team parlay with Portland and the Jazz and OKC, 3-team moneyline parlay, podcast free play. And then I want you to do a 6-point teaser. Get the Clippers down to -1 and get the Dallas Mavericks up to +7. I think that's money. I'm also going to give that out. I'm not going to give what am I talking about? I'm not giving out anything. No NBA, no NHL on Saturday to any clients because it's college football day and it's World Series day. And speaking of World Series, I won 16 MLB postseason games in a row. 16, no joke. My own fucking brother was questioning it, but he knew. He knew. We went back, we went over it, and it's pretty easy. It was 3-0 Dodgers over the Diamondbacks. It was a sweep, and then the Dodgers to beat. The Cubs in 5 games, which they did. So that's 8. And then you add 7 more. All the home teams won on the Astros and the Yankees. Astros won the first 2, Yankees won the next 3, and then the Astros won the last 2. So I was at 15, and then I won Game 1 of the World Series with the Dodgers. Since then, I've lost 2 straight. Yesterday, lost the Dodgers +105. Today, lost the Dodgers +130. All right, so tonight, well, Saturday, we'll say, the Dodgers play the Houston Astros again. This is Game 4 of the World Series, and the Dodgers are in some trouble. Right now, I have the Dodgers winning it all. I'm going for my 12th future in my career, and I'm kind of disappointed right now. I won 16 in a row, and then I lost 2 in a row, and now Charlie Morton is a favorite at home pitching against Alex Wood. I don't understand this line. Probably because I'm all about the Dodgers, and I'm all about this team right now. Alex Wood should shut this Astros team down, but man, these 2 guys can fucking hit. Am I worried? No, because Morton sucks. I think the Dodgers +115. I'm not going to lose 3 in a row. I think the Dodgers are not. I don't think the Dodgers are going to lose 3 in a row. I'm telling you right now, I'm taking the Dodgers +200 to win the series. I recommend you do the same thing. And then I'm also taking the Dodgers +115 in this game to get the W. And I think they're going to win the next game too on Sunday because they're playing 3 straight days. And I know Keuchel's pitching on Sunday. It's going to really suck. The Dodgers really need to win this game because you know Kershaw's probably going to be pitching on Sunday, especially if it's an elimination game. So we don't want to get in that situation. We want to tie the game. We want to tie the series up at 2, get on the Dodgers +115 on Saturday night, and I think you'll be all right. And that's a podcast free play. That's a client play I'm giving out. Definitely giving out. All right, so let's get into college football real quick. Going to run down these games real quick. That's what everybody's been waiting for. You guys want winners? I'm going to give you some winners right now. Buffalo at Akron. Who cares? Miami at North Carolina. North Carolina is so fucking shitty. 1-7 on the season. Miami -20.5. I would probably say take them. Wisconsin at Illinois. It's not a podcast free play or anything. Wisconsin at Illinois. Illinois +27 in this game. Over under 52. I don't see this game getting in the 50s. Wisconsin will probably win the game like 24-6 or some bullshit like that. Low scoring game. I'd recommend the under in that one. Rutgers at Michigan. Michigan coming off an embarrassing loss. They're at home. They're -23. Over under 43. Rutgers might get exposed. Rutgers is not a good team. I know they're coming off of a win, but this team is pretty horrible. Michigan should have their way win this game. -23. I would recommend taking them. Not a podcast free play, not nothing. Arkansas at Mississippi. Mississippi -3 over under 64.5. Probably a high scoring game here. I recommend taking the over in that one. Oklahoma State at West Virginia. Here's a game that could be an upset. I like West Virginia in this game. Do I think West Virginia is a team to take on the money line? Yes, on a small parlay, I would take them on the money line with somebody else as another big dog. Do I recommend taking them straight up on the spread plus the 7.5? I'm probably going to put this team with a 10-point teaser. We're going to come back to it. So remember, West Virginia plus 7.5, and we'll come back to that. Texas at Baylor. I know Baylor's 0-7. Texas is not that good on the road. Baylor is really going to try to win this game. I'm not kidding. Baylor might win this game. You might want to put West Virginia and Baylor on a 2-team moneyline parlay, get a little bit back. Yeah, I'm calling it. I'm going to say Baylor's going to win. It's probably the dumbest thing I've said in a long time because they're 0-7 and no one's expecting them to win games, but they're really going to give it their all. I think they're good on a 10-point teaser. These are 2 early games, so there you go. There's 2 teams so far on a 10-point teaser. Let's see if we can find something else here. Louisville at Wake Forest. Wake Forest getting +3 over under 64.5. Can you trust Louisville on the road? I really don't think you can. This team lost to Boston College. They're losing to everybody. They're 5-3. I mean, I know he's a Heisman winner last year, but this team is just so shitty on defense. Wake Forest might actually get the outright win. They're +3. Could get them up to +13. Are we going to? No. Going to hold off on that one. That could be an upset special with Wake, but honestly, if I was to bet anybody in that game, I'd probably take Louisville on the money line. Virginia at Pittsburgh. Both these teams are a fucking joke, and we're going to skip that one. California at Colorado. It's a Pac-12 matchup. Early game. Colorado -4 over under 52.5. Colorado going to win this game. Podcast free play. I'm not even going to bet it, but I'm just going to give it out as a podcast free play. Colorado money line. How about that? Florida International at Marshall. Cares. Kansas State at Kansas. Kansas +24.5, 55. Hey, you know what? I'm going to call the upset. I'm going to say Kansas beats Kansas State. I cannot fucking stand Kansas State. I cannot stand that old piece of shit Snyder. I cannot stand Kelly in Vegas. I can't stand Kansas State. Let's go Jayhawks. +24.5, +10,000 on the money line. Let's go. Air Force at Colorado State. Colorado State -10. Actually, I don't have a problem with Kelly in Vegas. I really don't. I don't have a problem with her. Honestly. Air Force at Colorado State. Colorado State -10, over under 69. Colorado State is perfect spot right here for a 10-point teaser. Am I going to take them on a 10-point teaser? No. I don't trust this junk-ass team. San Jose State at BYU. BYU -11, over under 53.5. BYU, perfect spot for a 10-point teaser. Am I going to trust this junk-ass team against San Jose State? Let me press pause for a minute. I got to check something. Our ratings that I do. I didn't check this game earlier. I have BYU winning by 20, but Jesus, man, this team is terrible. 1-7. We're going to skip because I still got to get one more team for that 10-point teaser. But I'm not trusting BYU. They should win the game, but man, I thought they were going to beat Eastern. Who was it? East Carolina. They got whooped. Louisiana Tech at Rice. Who cares? Louisiana Tech should smash that team, I guess. App State at Massachusetts. UMass +4 at home. No, I really have nothing. I don't really fuck with these junk-ass teams. I'm not going to lie. Georgia State at Troy. Troy -25. I have no clue. UCLA at Washington. Washington -17.5, over under 58. Man, Washington lost this year. It was embarrassing. It was on national TV. They're coming back. UCLA is terrible on the road. They're just a junk-ass team. Washington probably smashed this fucking team. -17.5. I'm just staying away from that one. Michigan State at Northwestern. Michigan State on the road -2.5. They're 6-1 this year. Michigan State 6-1 at Northwestern. I'm not touching it. That's a junk-ass game right there. Indiana at Maryland. Maryland +5.5, over under 53. Here's another junk-ass game. Who's going to bet? If you bet these kind of games, Indiana at Maryland, Michigan State at Northwestern, get a fucking life. All right, Penn State at Ohio State. I'm not going to talk about this game. Clients are going to get this play. Sorry to tell you. Penn State's fucking legit. Ohio State has one loss. And I'm not going to say another thing. But you'll know who I have, trust me, later on down the road. Georgia versus Florida. Nobody's talking about Georgia. Georgia minus 13.5, 14, whatever you get it at, over under 43.5. This probably should be a low-scoring game. I think Georgia shuts down Florida, and I think that defense for Florida plays Georgia pretty tough. Under 43.5. Podcast free play? No. TCU at Iowa State. I'm going to give out TCU on a 7-point teaser right now for free. Podcast free play. I'm going to give you guys somebody else with them. And we'll go from there. NC State at Notre Dame. Notre Dame minus 7 over under 58. This is another client play. Not going to touch it. Not going to talk about it. Houston at South Florida. I think we just found our number 3 team for the 10-point teaser. South Florida minus 10.5 over under 56. Something's up with Houston. They've been playing like shit. South Florida can score 70 points. They can score fucking. They can run up the score. So we're gonna go 3-team 10-point teaser. Gonna go West Virginia plus 17.5. Baylor plus 19.5. Yes, I said Baylor. 0-7 Baylor. And South Florida minus 0.5. 3-team 10-point teaser. Podcast free play. Podcast client play. Get on it. All right. So now we need to find a team with TCU. I know the Iowa State's good. They're on the road. They're talking about they could beat them. They probably could. They might. But I'm not going against this team. I have TCU 150 to 1 to win it all. I know they're not going to win it all. They probably won't even be in the top 4. But right now, I think they're ranked number 4 in the nation, according to this. So good for them. I do need them to win. If they played Alabama tomorrow, Alabama would beat the shit out of them. We all know that. So, but anything can happen. Vanderbilt at South Carolina. You know what? South Carolina minus 7 in this game, over under 44.5. I would recommend South Carolina in this game. I think South Carolina is a fucking solid team, especially on defense. I mean, they're not solid where I really like them, but they're at home and they're playing Vanderbilt and they're only minus 7. That's going to be a parlay. We're going to do a money line parlay. Should I put them with TCU? Maybe. We're going to get back to that. Florida Atlantic at Western Kentucky. UL Monroe at Idaho. Austin P at Central Florida. Central Florida doesn't even have a line right now. Minus 50 probably. Who cares? Utah at Oregon. Oh, man. Everybody knows that I've been holding off on Oregon. I haven't been betting Oregon this year. They're plus 3 at home. I'm going to call this a live dog podcast free play winner. We're going to go Oregon money line over Utah. Yeah, I'm going to take my chances with Oregon at home. They should beat Utah. If Arizona State can beat Utah in Utah, then fucking Oregon can beat Utah in Oregon. You get what I'm saying? Oregon could be a good 10-point teaser there. Get them up to plus 13. Or even with TCU on a 7-point teaser, get Oregon up to plus 10. TCU down to a pick 'em. I think that's the way we're going to go. We're going to keep going, though. I'll make it official here in a second. Texas State at Coastal Carolina. Who cares? Old Dominion at North Texas. Minnesota at Iowa. Do I want to get in front of Minnesota on the road? Do I want to get in front of Iowa at home? No, I don't want to talk about this game. Fuck these teams. Missouri at UConn. Missouri minus 13.5, over under 75.5. UConn is a fucking joke. Missouri can score points. Good for them. I hope they have a fun game. I'm done talking about that one. UAB at Southern Mississippi. Who cares? Mississippi State at Texas A&M. What a game. Look at this. Texas A&M plus 2 at home. Over under 55.5. I'm going to tell you right now. All right, do this parlay, okay? I want you to do this parlay. I want you to do West Virginia money line, Baylor money line, Oregon money line, Texas A&M money line, 4-teamer, all dogs. You never know. And I'm also taking Texas A&M on a 10-point teaser. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to give you the official plays here in a second. I'm just going to keep going down the line, and then we'll make them official here in a minute. Duke at Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech minus 16, over under 48.5. Virginia Tech minus 16 at home. That's a little bit much. I know Duke has been playing like shit lately, but that's a lot of points. Virginia Tech could score 50 and blow them out. Nebraska at Purdue. Purdue minus 4.5, over under 51. Purdue's a favorite. Get the fuck out of here. Tennessee at Kentucky. I was high on this Kentucky team. Not very high, but I liked them this year. I thought they would probably have a very good record. I knew they were going to finish over 500. Who the fuck is texting me? Kentucky should win this game. You know what? But Tennessee is desperate. They're plus 3.5 on the road. I would recommend Tennessee money line, but it's not like a money line play I would put with like Oregon or Texas A&M or anything like that. It's probably just a money line that you just bet small. I mean, I'm not touching that game, to be honest with you. New Mexico at Wyoming. New Mexico at Wyoming. Who cares? New Mexico probably win that game on the road. Georgia Tech at Clemson. Clemson minus 14, over under 48.5. Clemson's had some time off. I haven't seen them play lately. They're at home. They're playing Georgia Tech. I think this is a bad spot for Georgia Tech. I think Clemson might blow them out of the building, to be honest with you. I'd recommend Clemson minus 14 in that one. Texas San Antonio at UTEP. Who cares? Arkansas State at New Mexico State. No. Why is Arkansas State only minus 3 in this game? Something's up with that game. I'm going to tell you that right now. Something's up with this game. Arkansas State is a way better team than New Mexico State. Something's up with that game. Texas Tech at Oklahoma. I cannot stand Texas Tech. They cost me last week. Oklahoma will destroy this fucking team. Minus 20.5, over 75. I'd recommend the over. I'm going to give you a final score real quick. I'm going to say Oklahoma 48. I'll say 48 or 49. Texas Tech 30. It's going to go over. All right, Washington State at Arizona. I like Washington State to beat Arizona. Washington State Moneyline podcast free play. I think they're going to go in there, and I think they're going to win. Podcast free play. There you go. UNLV at Fresno State. Fresno State minus 21, over under 57. Fresno State should fucking destroy this team. They're coming off a big win against San Diego State. They're back home. They're playing UNLV. Fresno State should destroy that team. Boise State at Utah State. Okay, here we go. Boise State, my team. You guys know I like betting Boise State. Utah State is not a very good team. Boise State minus 9.5. Maybe get them down to minus 2.5 on a 7-point teaser. We're going to talk about that here in a second. USC at Arizona State. USC minus 3.5 on the road. Over under 59. Not going to touch it. Arizona State's been beating everybody lately. And USC's junk. They really are. I'm not going to touch that game. San Diego State at Hawaii. San Diego State minus 9.5. Over under 54. San Diego State is a very solid play. So this is what we're going to do. San Diego State is going to be a 10-point teaser. No, you know what? Hold on. All right, so official, we're going to go Oregon plus 13, Texas A&M plus 12, and San Diego State plus a half or even money. So there's another 3-team 10-point teaser that I'm going to give out to clients that I recommend you guys play. San Diego State, we'll just say pick 'em or plus a half. Texas A&M plus 12. Oregon plus 13. And then the other 3-team 10-point teaser I'm giving out, West Virginia plus 17.5. Baylor plus 19.5. And then the other team was South Florida minus a half. And then I want you to do a parlay. You can do a round robin if you want 4-teamer. These are all dogs. You just play it small. West Virginia money line, Baylor money line, Texas A&M money line, Oregon money line. You can throw San Diego State on there as a money line play. That's pretty strong. Clemson's a good money line bet, pretty strong. Washington State's a good money line bet, pretty strong. The 7-point teaser, TCU down to a pick'em, Boise State down to minus 2.5. That's all I'm going to give out for a 7-point teaser, I believe. Unless there's anything else on here. I could throw Tennessee on there. Not going to do it. That's pretty much it for the 7-point teaser. I don't really... You could throw Oregon on there plus 10 or Texas A&M plus 9. I'm not going to give out anything on the Penn State, Ohio State. I really want to. Or the North Carolina, Notre Dame game. But the only people that are going to be getting those plays are paying clients. If you want to get on my service, it's pretty simple. You just email picksbyemail@gmail.com. picksbyemail@gmail.com. $75 for the weekend. You got pretty much a lot of good games here. But you want the client plays. You want to make money. And also, Kansas on the money line. They're plus 24.5. Just take a shot with them. You never know. Kansas might beat them. I cannot stand Kansas State, as I said. All right, so I think that's pretty much it in college football. So there you go. You can add, you know what, for the 7-point teaser, you know what, I'm not going to add Kansas plus 31.5. I should, but I'm just going to keep it. I want you guys to make money off these picks. So just take TCU, 7-point teaser with Boise State down to minus 2.5. Some games that happened earlier. I wanted to mention Friday night I had a 3-team 10-point teaser I gave out to clients. Boston College plus 17. Well, it was plus. I told them plus 16, plus 17, whatever you get it at. It was plus 6, 6.5, 7 spot. Boston College wins 35-3, outright winner, easy money. Had Memphis -1 down to -1. They were minus 11 in this game. They won 56-26, and then SMU did some live bets on them. They were down the whole game. They went 38-34. They're -12. Had a -2 on a 3-team 10-point teaser. Clients cash again. I just been on fire. And then yesterday, Northern Illinois' money line 30-27 parlayed with the Ravens. I had 5,000 on the Ravens. Ravens win 40-0. And I also predicted Oregon State to win outright against Stanford, and they almost beat them. They lost 15-14. Can you believe that one? Oregon State was getting plus 23 at home. No, it was plus 21. And they almost won outright. So you never know. Kansas could win outright. That would be crazy, right? I'm going to do a big underdog parlay. That's what I'm going to do. And maybe we'll hit. You never know. So, and also, okay, so here's some money line plays that you can take real quick if you want to do a parlay. San Diego State money line, Boise State money line, Washington State money line, Clemson money line. Who else here? I like Texas A&M to beat Mississippi State, Oregon to beat Utah, South Florida money line. South Carolina is a money line, but it's not a strong money line. Notre Dame and NC State, going to stay away from that one. TCU money line. Georgia money line over Florida. Penn State, Ohio State, leaving that one alone. Not going to talk about it. And that's pretty much going to wrap it up. Like I said, I like Kansas money line over Kansas State. You could even take the plus 24.5 if you want. Colorado money line's a good play. I gave that as a podcast free play. And then I like Baylor over Texas as an underdog. West Virginia over Oklahoma State as an underdog. And that's pretty much going to do it for college football. Let's get into some NFL. Okay, so the first game is in London. I probably won't wake up for this game, but I like Minnesota to win the game outright. They're -10. They'd be good on a 10-point teaser if you want to throw them on there. And I guess we'll move on from here, or good on a moneyline parlay. So let's move on. Oakland at Buffalo. I don't really have an opinion on this game, honestly. I think Oakland will win. Buffalo's been tough. They've been playing pretty good at home this year. They're 3-0. They're 4-2, but it's the Raiders. I think will win this game, honestly. I think the Raiders should beat Buffalo. The Colts at Cincinnati. Cincinnati -10.5. This is a good, perfect spot for a 10-point teaser. Get on the Cincinnati Bengals. So you got the Vikings and the Bengals so far. Excuse me. Chargers at Patriots. This is a client play. I'm not going to give anything out on that one. Chicago at New Orleans. New Orleans -10. Over under 47.5. You know the Saints are going to beat the Chicago Bears. So let's just do that. 3-team 10-point teaser. Vikings, Bengals, Saints. There you go. All early games. And you should cash with that 3-team 10-point teaser. The Atlanta at the Jets. Client play, not going to talk about it. I'm really not giving out any client plays on the podcast. People are tuning in hoping that I give out my client plays, but I'm just not going to. San Francisco at Philadelphia. Philadelphia will win this game. Philadelphia -12.5, over under 45. Could be a good 10-point teaser there. Philadelphia win by a field goal at least. They'll get the job done. Carolina at Tampa Bay. This is another podcast client play. What am I talking about? This is another client play. Nothing to do with the podcast. Carolina on the road, +1.5, over under 46. We're going to skip. Houston at Seattle. The client play. Not going to talk about it. Dallas at Washington. Cowboys -2 on the road. You guys know I'm a Cowboys fan. Big-time Cowboys fan. I'm going to tell you right now, the Cowboys are going to get the job done. I'm going to give this out as a podcast free play. They will beat the Redskins. We need to win this game. The Eagles are not going to lose to the fucking junk-ass 49ers. And the Cowboys need to start winning games. Right now, you can get the Cowboys at 28-1 to win the Super Bowl. I believe it's like 12-1 to win the NFC. And the division, I haven't seen a line, but I'm going to look for one. It's not over. It's not over yet. We're a better team than the Eagles. And we got blown out by the Broncos, and we lost a few other games. But we're better than the Eagles. The Eagles have been getting lucky. We're better than the fucking Eagles. That's all I'm saying. Pittsburgh Steelers at Detroit Lions. This is a Sunday night game. Obviously, I'm not going to give anything out. Denver at Kansas City. Same thing. Monday Night Football. Not going to give anything out. Ravens win 40-0. That was easy. If you had the Miami Dolphins on Thursday night, you really need to get your head examined. You are a fucking retard. If you know any handicappers that took Miami or Stanford on the spread or both, if you know a handicapper that took both of them on the spread on Thursday night, you really do suck dick at sports betting. I'm not going to lie. That's like you really do suck. I mean, there's nothing more I can say about it. You need to do more research or just quit because you're fucking horrible. And I'm not calling anybody out. I don't know if anybody had Stanford minus the 21 along with the Dolphins plus 3. You just got to be retarded. But anyways, don't mean to be a dick. Just being honest. So what can I give out as a podcast free play? Give out a 3-team 10-point teaser: Vikings, Bengals, Saints, and then the free play is the Dallas Cowboys money line. They're -2, but just take them on the money line. You'll be all right. That's it for the podcast. I'll be back on Monday. Appreciate every single person that listens. Please hit the like button on the YouTube channel, and please hit subscribe, and get a hold of us, picksbyemail@gmail.com. We will see you on Monday. Best of luck, everybody, on the college football. Best of luck, everybody, on the NFL. Cash those fucking tickets, and we'll see you on Monday.